think we're going. What's up, all you Zheads? OP-Z dudes and dudettes. This is 96, and there's been some updates to the Videolab stuff. So I figure that I should at least do a quick walkthrough of the new things that are going on. The main thing is that Keijiro, I'm probably butchering his name, uploaded a bunch of his stuff to his GitHub, which answers most of the questions I've been receiving. How do you program note on, note off? How do you do float animations with your sequencer? If you follow him on his Twitter, which I will show you right now. Hang on one second. Let's pop over here to my computer. And first we'll jump to his GitHub. And Keijiro Takahashi is a creative technologist from Japan who has been the primary driving force behind Unity as a VJ software. He has been doing real-time MIDI implementation into his Unity projects for a long time now, and obviously Teenage Engineering thought that he would be the right person to be the godfather of Videolab and the OP-Z. Let's just check out his website real quick. It looks like he doesn't have much of a website going on, but he is active on his Twitter. And I think we can go pop and see some of his, yeah, here we go. So now you can see a bunch of his projects here. Man, these are cool. And what I'm going to do today is show you how to download them and check them out yourself. I highly recommend that you follow him on Twitter and download most of the things on his GitHub, actually. He's got amazing shaders for Unity as well as really fun toys, well, they're not toys at all, really fun projects for adding any MIDI controller to any Unity project, not just limited to the OP-Z and the iOS. Today, I think I'll run through this particular Videolab scene, which is on his Git. Because I really love the 2D shader animations. Especially for using as like a base layer in a bigger composition or a collaboration with another visual artist, which is kind of where I see the OP-Z shining, at least at first for me, rather than doing a show all by itself, which it totally could do and will be cool. But I think first steps that would be really fun would be to do something simple, like grab this shader and get it going on for ourselves. So you jump over to his GitHub, just click on this clone or download, and you will be able to grab all of his Videolab test files, which he has kindly uploaded for everyone. He right now has 8 different files, and I believe we're gonna be in primitive, but let's go see. So once you download these, actually let's go back to my computer. Once you download these, they're gonna pop up and you're gonna save them. I saved them right into my Unity folder, Keijiro Videolab, and here's what you're gonna see. Just a bunch of stuff that's probably not going to make much sense yet. But where you want to go is right there. And you're also, at this point, going to want to download the new version of Unity. And let's just show you where that is. We're going to grab over unity.com. You're going to want to go to Get Started, try Personal, and you're going to find older versions of Unity. And right now, you know, in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but right now, currently Videolab and the iOS update is working with Unity 2018.2. So I just downloaded the newest one of those and dropped it on the computer. So you're going to want to do that. Don't forget to check off the pack for Mac, like we did in our first video. And in addition to that, we're also going to go back to Teenage Engineering, unless you know how to get to it already yourself. But for those of you that don't, we'll just go back over to Motion. We're going to go back to Videolab. This is going to take us to the GitHub, and you're going to see the new Videolab 1.1 Beta 3. And this is going to add some changes that live inside Keijiro's projects, so we're going to need this. Once you've downloaded all those, you're going to want to pop open Unity, your new version of it. And the first thing you're going to want to do, which I've already done, but you're going to want to go to Assets, Import Package, Custom Package, and you're going to want to import your new Videolab assets. Now this is probably just going to tell me, hey, you've already got these in your project. So prepare the package, nothing to import, they're already in the project. Sweet. Alright, this is awesome where we are right now. And the reason it's so awesome is because he put everything up. Everything that he's been posting on his Twitter is now right here. And if you remember my video, you know, you had like 2 or 3 nodes. But these are the nodes of the man himself. And if you just poke and peck through his files, you're going to see exactly what he's doing and be able to translate that into your project. And for most of this kind of esoteric video stuff, this is what you're going to be dealing with. I'm sure that he doesn't have time to upload an actual tutorial, and Teenage Engineering is most likely bogged down with all sorts of support for their brand new product that they just released. So if you are interested in doing video with the OP Lab, this is what you're going to want to do. Reverse engineer a project from someone that knows what they're doing. So when you look at note input, you're going to see channel 1. And let's just get the OP-Z up here. Channel 1 is our kick drum. Now if you're going to press the kick drum, you're going to notice nothing is happening. But if you press play on your scene, you're going to notice the word kick. And currently we're in the project called Text 1. Now if you go to snare, you're going to notice that snare pops off. You're going to want to go over your hi-hat. Bass doesn't look like it's doing anything. Try connecting to my server again. See, we've got a Predator. Predator not doing much. But let's go look in here and see what's driving what. You're going to notice over in your inspector that channel 1 is on this note input. So this is the little network that is driving this animation. And you're going to notice if you click on kick, it's a particle system. What it's doing is referencing a shader that is replicating a .obj, which is a 3D file that says kick. So you can go through this, find out where the OBJ is, and link it to your own OBJ file, which could be your name, a picture of something you like, really anything. And then you could just copy this network and have it appear on the screen, grow, duplicate, and deform. Now you can play down here. If you have 203, it looks like it's deforming it way more when I do the kick. And if I have my speed at 2, a little less. See if I have my speed at 200, what happens? There's 0, nothing. I'm not claiming to be an expert at this. I'm simply trying to give you a little walkthrough of how to download his GitHub project files and open them up for yourself. So let's just quickly pop another one open and see what it looks like. Videolab test, and let me try primitive. So primitive just loaded up. We press play, and right now you can see I'm on the kick, and the kick is a disk. In this file, the shaders are a little more straightforward than the other file, and you can see that this shader, every time it receives a MIDI note, is drawing a really smooth animation of a disc. And we can go in, make it our own, change the color, change the poly count, which is essentially going to change the shape and change the orientation of that shape. So now we got our pretty, VJ 101 growing triangle on the kick drum pattern. So let's just make that a pattern. Well, I made it a pattern, it looks like. So I'm just gonna delete this entire project right now real quick by holding project, shift and stop. And when I press play, yeah, you're gonna hear that. Oh, watch out, Totoro. See, even Totoro bought a OP1 because it was discontinued. Fake news. So we're going to get that metronome off, and let's go to our kick and get some. It's kind of an aggressive kick for a tutorial, so just shuffle through. Let's make it a little snappier there, huh? Maybe a little loud, maybe. Cable's kind of messed up. Anyway, when we go to snare, I mean, I don't know, for me, this is just awesome to have access to this project file. Hi-hat does a circle, and then if we jump into our patcher, you can see what's going on down here. This is channel 5, which is going to correspond to channel 1. I'm going to take my stupid face back off. Take a channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the bass note. That is going to do the horizon. If you go over here, it's got an instance of his shader. Maybe someone that knows about shaders can do a better breakdown of what exactly is going on, because it's not my world. I wanted to make it my world, but if you have ever tried to look at shader code, it's a different dimension of computers that I don't live in. Luckily, we have people like Keijiro that are opening up their projects to us. So that was channel 5. Now if we go over here, we go channel 7. This is the arpeggiator channel. Now that's nice. Looks like what he has going on is an emitter is orbiting this axis right here, and then I'm just going to go assume that in it we're going to find another shader, and there it is, bobbles, ring particle. What can we do with this? Let's just change the width to 5. Looks like it's getting closer, 50. Not sure what's going on. Emission, shape, circle. What if we made it a box or a rectangle? Not really sure what that's doing, but that's why you got to open it up and play with it yourself. The last one I'm going to show you here is the primitive one, which I think is like, or actually it's the poly one, which is like super fun. So as you can imagine, boom, kick, snare, hi-hat. Let's take a peek at the patch. Open the patcher. And this is great. I mean, he's pretty much broken down anything you would want to be doing. In this scene, what you would be doing is importing 3D objects. Again, probably OBJs. Let's go check out the kangaroo and see what he is. Yeah, so there's an object. And you can just change this to whatever you want. Move these around your scene. But what Keijiro's done is given you the tools to learn how to connect the nodes. Instance, Videolab, test poly. This is actually the first day I have opened this up as well. So really this just exists to let people know that it's out there and hopefully inspire others to jump on. After my last video, I saw so many amazing projects pop up. A lot of talent hang out with the OP-Zs right now, and I think that's pretty awesome. I think that you're only going to see more of that. Doesn't look like channel 16 is doing anything. I do see the color ramp is over here. Skybox material. Property out. Color ramp. On start event. Name starter. System property out. Maybe you didn't get done with that one. Maybe it's there for you to add in yourself. I'm not sure. Tokiro doesn't know either. And then the last one to open up because I think it's so cool is Tilt Brush. I'm just gonna press play and leave my sequence running, and yeah, it's just gonna jump back in exactly where it was. Now this is just amazing because I think it's something that someone made in Tiltbrush, exported, and is now here with these glows. This also is the most complicated network that he's uploaded. So let's just go stop this and see what happens. So kick seems to get us a glow. Snare is a glow as well. Hi-hat's another glow. So everything's a glow. Oh, it's glowing different parts of the face. Oh, wow. Seems like it's also displacing it. The kick displaces it. Predator not doing much. He seems to have left the lead out of most. Chord not doing much. See what happens over in channel 16. Oh, so here we have, looks like some knob action. So when I'm twisting the green knob, seems like we got the camera doing some in and out. Oh, yeah. Now it's really subtle and it has a lot of smoothing curves on it, but that is how you get sexy animation in a live show. The goal is not to kind of brute force animate things, it's to slowly let them change over time. So let's just go see what we got in his patch over here. Float animation. I think these are animating based on my tempo. So if I change my tempo here to 88, everything should start moving slightly slower. Yeah, it seems like the particle system, the head. Here we go, channel 3. And it looks like this is going to mesh render, effect 3. They're all going to mesh render, effect 3 on different material outs. And like I said, this is day 1 for me as well, so this isn't a concise by any means tutorial, but this is how you download these and begin working with a real deal OP-Z Unity project. I can't confirm this, I haven't done it, but I'm assuming you can also pack these the same way we packed the files in the other video and drop them on your OP-Z yourself, which is really awesome, even if you just use his files and kind of keep them there, because there's only 2 packs right now. So any changes you make to this pack, any way you customize it for yourself, I'd love to see it. Post a video in the comments, or even someone post a breakdown of what's actually going on. But hopefully this will get you started investigating Keijiro's GitHub release of his Videolab tests, which more or less includes anything you would want to do with Videolab. Have a nice weekend. This is 96. Peace.